Ladies and gents, welcome to the semi-finals of our 1v1 Pro League here in Halo Wars 2 for Meta Place events. We've got Darkangel in the blue color, and he's playing as Yapper. On the other side of the map, Daylon is bringing Shipmaster. Should be solid. There's nothing wrong with the Shipmaster pick. I'm just surprised that Dark didn't pick Pavium. That was in his roster. And I think it's one of the favorite picks as well overall. Like, it's just a really good idea to use Burnout in such a safe base and just reap the benefits from triple mini bases who can also be production for you. Anyways, that's not the case. The Pro League has £235 in its prize pool. So pretty good little pizza money for the gamers. We've got a good set of them today as well with 15 signups. This is one of the better events we're hosting recently. Lots of big names also signed up other than these two. We've got Amarante coming back. We've got EOD in there. Yeah, it's looking solid for sure. Even LGK has returned. Looks like Daylon will be getting his mini bases just fine. A little bit of juggling never hurts. And he might be going for a faster tech too, but I still would say that you kind of want your hero out in this matchup. Maybe upgrade those two generators first and then go hero. It will be a little bit tougher to hold up against the Yap Yap onslaught, but you can still definitely do it. Darkangel also gets his own minis. Just a really peaceful and chill build order. Surely this from Daylon is gonna be the hero building, right? For the last slot. So Darkangel, he's also upgrading that second generator, and now we're about to find out what he makes with those mini bases. It could just be choppers, because Shipmaster's elite grunts actually don't have a lot to offer against them. So it's really just the honor guard that can actively defend itself against that. Yeah, it is going to be an honor guard and then probably a turret or something like that, but the grunts are already out there capturing power nodes, killing the sentinels. There is a sneaky mine here from Dark, so that could go off, take out one of these grunts at least, but they already posted back. It's still gonna go down, but that's okay. But the grunts are gonna handle the situation. Oh, he's doing a little bit of capturing with the cannon fodder just to slow down the process. Of course, for Daylon, it's not gonna be a problem to get the hero out. What matters though is that Dark has time to build up his chopper fleet. He's already got a handful here and there. If you can upgrade them too, then the grunts will just not be able to stop it. But I think Daylon's mission anyway is to go to a relatively quick tier 2 after the honor guard upgrade. It's just that Dark is going to be in a very similar spot. I think if he upgrades the choppers, however, that resets itself, and Daylon will be the one with more power. That's because you have to spend a lot of power on the choppers themselves, plus the upgrade. Not that that's not true for the honor guard, but also the second generator timing was better for Daylon. Counting the upgrade as well. So Darkangel already lost one chopper, right? And I kind of wish he had waited for the shrapnel rounds upgrades to finish. If you combo that timing with the mine drop and then ram into the grunts, there's a very high chance that the grunts will actually just take the damage from the mines. But, you know, if you spam click move orders, you can just get away from knockbacks, like from rams. Basically ignore them. And meanwhile, Daylon has gone tier 2 as well. The honor guard didn't get his upgrade, but it's on the way. And once Daylon has some money, he can go for a second base as well, relatively safely, in my opinion. You can also upgrade the honor guard first if you want to the tier 2 variant. It's a good amount of choppers. You want to be a little bit careful with that, but the honor guard can slice them to bits pretty easily. The Mines actually detonate, taking his shields to a low state. Darkangel maintaining map control. I almost like to see a third generator. There we go. There we go. He's spending his money good this time, that's for sure. Maybe this little break for him did some good. I mean, just since the last Pro League, I believe he's been on a break. We don't do too many of these, so plenty of time to figure yourself out. I think Daylon just did get his second. Yeah, that's an upgraded honor guard, tier 2. Still can't quite deal with the ramps. Okay, as long as nobody buys space, Shipmaster is pretty happy with that. Do bear in mind, at some point he'll drop in as Shippy the spirit support, and that really puts an end to chopper play. So at this point, we'd really like to see Darkangel putting together some kind of barracks army, but he's going for heroes right now. That's not necessarily the #1 option. He doesn't have a second base either. Maybe he could have pumped out a lot more choppers or something like that. I don't know. But the money problem is still very much there. Daylon's just doing a better job of that. He's getting squad reserves. He's pumping out units very nicely as well. Having Cloak now is nice, not against the choppers, but like against Sentinels, it's still useful. And Daylon's not gonna eat those mines. Not by a long shot. Hunter's getting intercepted, but they have enough support that they can get away with it. Choppers have been absolutely ransacked. Darkangel is currently floating 2,000 resources. I think Daylon has a huge advantage right now with 4 power nodes to 0, and that's gonna be 5 power nodes very quickly too. If he wants to, he can also expand behind this, but he's still playing it very, very safe with turrets and making marauders and whatnot. It's gonna be nice for defending against drops, by the way. Although it's not a full fix, but it's definitely a good partial fix. Maybe spirit support at home for defensive purposes is also going to be invoked. And there's the expansion. All the choppers are now toast. Dark is getting ankle biters, as well as a shield generator. Remaining grunt goblins are now being made. You know, ankle biters is definitely nice, but it's not game winning when you're this far behind. So I'm a little worried for him. You know, technically Yap Yap has really good tooling to him. Like, if you have methane and you combine that with your beam, that's just devastating damage. So there is stuff like that to think about, but the other guy is just gonna go tier 3 at 8 minutes. Well, let's say it's 9 minutes, and you're still only just making your second base, then I think you have to be worried about Wraiths. Cloak's grunts can't be detected right now. There's no rangers. They're just ransacking whatever they find. Brothers hitting both mini bases. Oh, well, they're hitting this one. The other guys are hitting the others. Honor Guard actually finds the back mini base with the Mexican generator. That is very unfortunate news indeed for Darkangel. Finally, a little bit of counter damage coming through, but Dark's base is just not going to do anything. So I think his only shot here is to get ahead somehow with the drop, do a large amount of damage to Daylon, who currently does not have Wraiths, so there is an opportunity here, a very small one, mind you, but it is an opportunity. It doesn't have any detect for the hero, so that... Oh, wait, he does have 2 Reavers, They made it. I thought they got picked off on the way. And there's the drop. We got a displacement, however. And that's a spirit support. That's not a Darkangel drop. Oh no. Grunts are gonna get picked off, but that's only giving Daylon the population space he needs in order to make Wraiths. And it forces a Grunt Dome, which is an expensive thing. It's okay to lose these Grunts. Darkangel doing a good job actually of recapturing the power nodes. That's very nicely done. Is there a loser's bracket? No, it's just straight to final single elimination. We do have a bronze round, so the semi-finalists have a loser's bracket for themselves, but no one else does. It's very cutthroat in the Pro League. As it should be, probably. Daylon's still not really using that tier 3 of his. We will probably need to see 2 more Harvester upgrades in order to make the Wraiths truly affordable. And there's the mini bases that also could use those upgrades. On the guard, still in pretty good shape, but he is going to be detected. The Grunts can definitely beat him. That doesn't mean the guy can't pick off a unit or 2 and get out of here. That's exactly what is gonna happen. Meanwhile, Daylon is controlling these minis. Great news for him is also recapture the power nodes once again. And now the Wraith production can truly begin as he's fixing up that 3rd base of his. Doesn't have a population upgrade yet, but I'm sure it's coming soon. I wonder if he'll upgrade the Honor Guard first to the tier 3 variant. Get that permacloak. 1 star. It's already achieved. That's a pretty big deal. High ground Locust. Why not? Now this time we are gonna get that Yap Yap drop. I would love to see a beam, but it's definitely on cooldown, and the shield generator is going to pay the price. Apex is a super easy kill, so you should definitely click that. And, you know, Daylon's base here still isn't looking too great. It's getting debuffed, but there are unicorns here to heal it up, and the Honor Guard will be just heading back directly. Spirit support is ready to go in case it's possible to do, but the population space isn't in yet. Daylon's currently floating a lot of money, but as long as the Honor Guard makes it home, which he will. Oh wait, he is confident. He's just counter-attacking. As Dark realizes he can't actually take out the base, but he can destroy the 3rd generator there. It's a good move. It is a 3rd, right? Yeah. Oh, the Locusts get taken out and the base gets beamed. Well, so much for that strat. Shield generator actually stays alive, and Darkangel is in a little bit of trouble, but I think his guys might be able to save the base. It's pretty low health. Grunt Dome will be needed, I think. Yeah, that will cover for a moment, and then the guys here they cannot fix it. 14 seconds is not enough time to get here either. There's no engineers for Dark. I think he's gonna lose the expo, guys. Oh, what a disaster. He doesn't have oh, he does have 1 engineer somehow. That's a lifesaver right now. The Honor Guard can't shoot up, so pretty big deal right now. Oh yeah, with the engineer bubble, this is actually gonna go back into the green. It's crazy. Really good hold. All in a timely manner, and now with the grunt goblins here. Healing the base is absolutely doable. Everybody here is immune now. Dark has a hold, ladies and gents. And more than that, the unicorns of Daylon have been picked off by the Reavers. There's a beam coming through. This time there will not be a shield to save the man. But Dark has Wraiths himself. That's not bad. He can almost defend himself, but there's more Wraiths here for Daylon, and Dark has to pull away. He doesn't have turrets, he doesn't have a shield coming up. So I think Dark's Wraiths are just going to get overwhelmed by this massive amount of units, and the Marauders added in does mean that you can't really kite. They get slowed down substantially. The shield generator is now coming up as a last-ditch effort to save himself, but Dark's third base is definitely not going to happen. Daylon's got control over the game. More Wraiths. On the guard is permacloaked, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't have a Y ability anymore, so that's why. EOD's raiding us. Thank you, EOD. Hope you had a good round there. I think most likely he's waiting for the other semifinals at this point. Ooh, Dark's coming in with the big drop. This is 3 Shades dropping in. Shades? Not Shades, they are spirits. That is a whole lot of Grunt Riders, but they're just not enough. That extract heal is insanely powerful. And the extractor is going to be safe. That's insane. That's absolutely nuts. Go closer, Dark. The explosion can save you. Yeah, you got the extractor for the drop, but Daylon has so many Wraiths. This is insanely nasty. It's gonna be very difficult to catch up to that kind of count. Especially if he makes a base at the same time. I suppose anti-vehicle turrets could buy a little bit of time. He does have that a little bit, but these bases are still hurt. The mini bases are taken away. Daylon has a base advantage and he's keeping Dark on too as well. So I think if this push goes his way, then that's it. This is looking very, very bad for Dark indeed. Oh, he's heading to the main now. Well, that's where the Wraiths are coming from. It makes sense. Beam gets largely dodged. Do remember these Wraiths of Daylons are just faster as well because of raid. Gruntomb comes in to buy the goblins a little bit of time, but it's not enough time, is it? They get displaced as well. Please don't shoot me. Has to be cast. Daylon is ready to go 120 population behind this once he wants to. He's path blocking everyone to the best of his abilities. Yes, you can do that in Halo Wars 2, especially if you step ahead of a unit. They're gonna get very confused by that, so I highly recommend it. Every single unit is gonna get picked off here. There's no hope for Dark. That's way too large of an army to defend against. And Dark does concede. That's going to be 0.1 for Daylon. Ladies and gents, welcome to our game number 2. Darkangel is bringing Colony. It seems to be his pick for the map here. He seems to really like Colony on Frontier, whereas Daylon seems to be more of an Atriox guy. We've seen that before against Almirante. Where he absolutely manhandled the Chosen. Now you gotta be a little bit careful with your chopper in the beginning, because the Colony chopper obviously is going to win out on that one. Wait a second, there's 2 skitterers already from Dark. That's unusual. He's also got both of the power crates on the side. Grunts, grunts, grunts. They are just peacefully gathering. Nothing else to do. We have Please Don't Shoot Me at Home. We got the War Council coming up, of course, for Daylon. There's no surprise there. 5th building for the Chosen, as always. Dark might make his Capitano up front. No, he's gonna also make him at home. That's a long walking distance for the slow boy with the waddles. Grant versus Chopper, supported by the Skit. Is a bit of an easier matchup. And here we go with the Capitano queued. We're gonna have a forward raid camp. I like the idea, but if Daylon is gonna have a lot of choppers, I think he can handle the situation just fine. Surprised to not see an extra mini base for him. But hey, as long as all these guys just gather a little bit of supplies, I think he can afford it. Second Skitterer is coming up for the Capitano. Will the choppers have an opportunity here to pick off the skits? I think they should go for it. There's a great ram right there. Another one. Oh my goodness. Dark saves it with the grunt, but I think the grunt will still probably go down. Choppers doing their best to try and out-micro this, but you can't dodge the beam, obviously. So Dark will need to make some more... oh no, the Chosen's already here. By the mini base. The Capitano's coming. But he doesn't have skits. Taunt upgrade is coming through. Goliath as well. All the choppers have been healed up, so this is a fantastic start for Daylon. He's definitely got countermeasures, which means his brute stunts are going to be all the better. And they're going to be pooping out mines. So that he's got plasma mines as well on top of everything. The heal coming through, but actually it's not healing the Capitano. You see, he's still got shields. You can't heal shields. The mine detonates on him. Okay, he gets a little bit of healing, but I think Daylon's just going to absolutely overwhelm this. Oh no. That could be a very swift end to this match. You should take the mini bases from here and keep pumping. If you're Daylon, Dark's gonna not even try. That's gonna snowball from here anyway. And he recognizes that, so we're gonna have to jump into game 3. That's match point. Ladies and gents, welcome to game number 3. This is Darkangel's life on the line at this point. We've got him as Voridus here on Mirage. On the other side of the map, playing as Capitano Cutter, this is Daylon. Now, Marine is coming to the middle. It's very important to secure this big power bundle. But it looks like they're just going to be sharing. There's, of course, a chopper coming through. Now, do remember in the Pro League, we do not have access to the Voridus combat spoils. So that's a bit of a restriction for balance reasons. So Dark is going to have to play with the mines. Gonna wiggle the grunt that allows the chopper to gather in peace without taking too much damage. And on the other side, we've got a quick power capture. Daylon has one mini base bot, and he wants to probably send this Marine up here. But the chopper could technically get there first if Dark moves quickly. It's too late now. But he's got the power bundle, he's got the middle mini base. If he gets the side minis, that's good enough. 3-2. Probably gonna be some kind of mass chopper game here, but you gotta be careful with that against Cutter. Like, you really need to get something done early on, because if you don't, you're gonna end up fighting Diegos in the mid game and the Spartan, and that's just not tenable, really. Okay, the power node is captured preemptively by the Marines. Oh, they're getting mined up. Oh, Darkangel punished that. Good. And the Sentinels are gonna decapture this. Don't underestimate that Voridus goo mine. It's pretty good. And if you can ram people into it with your choppers, it's even better. It looks like Daylon is gonna try some kind of jackrabbit game here. Let's see what Dark is doing. Shrapnel mines? What? Grunts and brutes? Okay, I mean that could work pretty good against the rabbits, but Rabbit Spartan? That's a different story. The Spartan has some pretty good ability to deal with this stuff. And it looks like Dark wants to secure the power node for himself and then just take the garrison. That's sick. Also get some XP for those sentinel kills. Spartan's now coming up with some rabbit support. The grunts are gonna have mines already, mind you. But there's nothing here to really deal with the Spartan, to be honest. And we still don't have the power node, so Dark really needs to come up with something there. I think some mines just got used. The rabbits are running off at low health. Are they gonna get the support drone upgrade in a second? They'll have it. Those are gonna be Hellbringers, so this Spartan is gonna have plenty of backup anti-infantry wise. And Dark's gonna have to run. It's definitely not his favorite move. Ooh, good use of the grunt mines there. 2 jackrabbits down already. Can he get the rest? I'll tell you guys, that support drone 450 power, it's not cheap. So if your rabbits aren't gonna do anything, you're in trouble. And Daylon is keeping his armory because he probably wants to upgrade that Spartan at some point, but in the meantime, A, he can't afford it because he's spamming rabbits and Hellbringers, and B, he's not gathering resources from a pad. That should have probably replaced that armory until you have a second generator and go tier 2 and then you upgrade your Spartan or something like that, but I'm not really sure what Hijack will do for you against infantry. It does have a stat upgrade, so it does help, but do you really need to spend all that power on that instead of tier 2? But you could get dispersion also flamers in tier 2, of course. Say probably not the right move. Anyway, Dark's gonna have 2 power nodes now. Good progress. He's hitting that mini base. The jackrabbits can't quite deal with the situation due to the amount of grunts. But they're kind of okay for now. Another brute's coming in. Not getting a stun, but he's forcing the rabbits to shoot a little bit. Infused mine is ready. So that could be dropped here as a way to just guard the units a little bit. Even if it does detonate. Oh, that's a good stun there. I'm surprised he didn't drop the mine on them as a punish. Spartans in the middle of it, some bringers. Oh, there was goo here. I didn't even see that. So maybe he did drop the mine. Anyway, Grenadier's ready to go. The rabbits are getting owned. Spartan's gonna have to clean this up. We should probably see ODST drop, but Daylon doesn't have the money. He doesn't have a second generator or anything, just upgrading the pads right now. Hectic match for sure. Let's see what Dark has in the back here. He's sacrificing the runs at the moment, but hey, he does have himself a second power generator. That's pretty good. All those grunts are dead. He got the job done. He's got an extra mini now. He's got some amount of vision on the main, so at least he can see what units come out. And he's protected the middle mini. Just can you deal with all this now? Because there's all the extra income that we've spoken about. And that's a lot of rabbits. ODST should be ready to go. Oh, there they are. And they're gonna be destroying this middle mini almost for sure. Or are they? Ooh, raid camp actually gets protected there. The Grenadiers doing their work. Oof. Brutal detonation. Rabbits coming to the middle too as well. And somebody resigned. Spartan died. It couldn't have been Daylon. What? He resigned? Okay, I'm gonna have to verify what the hell is happening, because that wasn't over by any means for either player. Welcome to game number 4. Well, be careful with Darkangel here. He's still on match point. It's gonna be bringing in Pavium for this one with the generator second opener. We'll talk about that in a moment. On the other side, we've got Daylon playing as Arbiter. Now, his super late game is going to be scary, but I do like Pavium for especially early tier 2 shenanigans, but also maybe beyond that. Just defensively speaking, I think he can control Arbiter for the most part. You just pretty much have to play Grunt Hero, I think, in tier 1 after you have your Extractor set up. So Extractor second here is good because you put the next one there as part of your, you know, just fast tier 2 setup. You burn out this. Once you have level 2 burnout, you burn out the front 4 buildings. Once you are tier 2, you burn out the rear 5 buildings. So this is really great. It always includes 2 extractors. Hopefully a third one as you go up to tier 2, sorry. And just burning out power is really the best bet because it generates so many resources per generator, like 6 for an upgraded generator. That's way more than an individual supply pad will do. But you'll have way more supply pads. Or harvesters in this case. So the elite grunts versus the other ones are usually favored for the elites because they just got more range, damage, and speed as well, so they can always disengage. But the brute grunts have more health, so you can take it in a direct fight. Of course, they can't beat the chopper, which is exactly what Dark's gonna try to abuse here, but because he's gone for double gen, he's not gonna have any more. Anyway, the one is enough. You can pretty much just roam around the map and try to kill like 2 or 3 of these grunts. Make their life difficult with capturing the power node and all that stuff. But ultimately, Arbiter will want to set up some kind of tier 2 turtle. With tier 1 just being about capturing the power nodes. In tier 2 you get your hero out, you get your rangers, and then try to not die to the hero coming over from the Pavium side. But Pavium puts his hero and own rangers into limousines, and then you have a tough time. Of course, he requires 0.4 for that, so technically you could start on Phantoms earlier, but I don't recommend this because they're pretty fragile, pretty expensive to make. Probably better to have infantry and air upgrades first and make sure that you have at least conduit 2 with 3 leader power supporting, and then you can start thinking about it. Especially once your front base is shielded up and all that. We're pretty far from that point. At the moment, Dark is just playing for a greedier, faster tier 2 timing. He isn't... Oh, he is gonna have Pavium too. That's great. I thought he wouldn't, but he does. Unfortunately, this does mean that Daylon should be able to gather all the remaining supplies on the map as well as capture all the power nodes. So a 5-0 power node situation is entirely possible. That should outperform Burnout, as Burnout isn't always on. Dark's gonna go heavy on the raid camps in tier 2. He might actually go for some kind of dark skies push. Could be pretty good, but probably not, right? Surely that's a bit excessive, especially when you have access to limousines. It's just so safe, right? There we go, nearly there for tier 2. Suicide grunts are getting made, and Pavium target paints the one grunt there. Ooh, great suicide grunt connection. Oh my goodness. That was huge. Chopper, no all. Chopper, see all. Chopper, no shoot all. Okay, now he starts. What the hell? Anyway, second base for Daylon's up. Should be able to protect it-ish. He's just making the raid camp units. No Arbiter as far as the eye can see. Oh. Okay, Arbiter. Arbiter soon. And it's limousine time. There's a third point limousine. I really thought that Dark would want his Rain of Fire, but no. He doesn't want it. Just limousine rush. If you can call it that. You can't call it that, actually. Rush is something that happens in the early game. We're done with that now. Waiting for that third generator. If it drops from 800 to 0 blue, then we know what happened. There's a slight problem for Daylon here, for sure. Serious damage happening to this base. Huh? Why? He wants more invaders. And he wants his Pavium upgrade. Okay. Could destroy that third power extractor, perhaps. It's getting a little bit weak. We got an engineer. There's no need for Dark to leave, right? I mean, the sensor tower is just absolute bait here. The units automatically shoot. You can't really decide what they shoot. You can only decide what the limousine shoots. So that's why I'm calling it bait. And Daylon can just keep making them. It's very annoying. I do feel like they build too quickly. Pavium's out, but is this the right move? He's upgraded now. Should be able to get back in the limousines. But maybe a little nerf beam here wouldn't be the worst of ideas. There's a lot of limousines, guys. One of them goes down. Pavium's now in limbo over there. Fourth point is going to be in momentarily for Dark, but Daylon doesn't really have units behind this. He's pumping, but he's going to lose his entire front line, it looks like. Pavium's limousine goes down, but there's more to jump into. He's getting hunters left and right. Looks like the engineers are going to escape. He keeps pumping. He's delaying this upgrade. And still just the front buildings are getting the burnout. It's more of a pressure version of this kind of strat. Target paint and Rain of Fire could be happening anytime, but there's a shield now coming up, 20 seconds out. Wonder if Dark will spot it. He could Rain of Fire that. But he needs to be quick about it, because that thing's coming. Oh, Rain of Fire. Where's the target painter? Oh, the shield's coming up. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. It's coming up at like no health. Either way, it does look like the limousines are all right for now. And there's so many limousines, ladies and gents. Daylon should have a stasis available as well in order to save his boys. The engineers are starting to really be in trouble here. Dark's just absolutely overwhelming. His base upgrade is now coming through. He's got a third generator. He could probably afford a fourth generator on his way here. Let's see if he decides to take out that shield generator this time. Or does he just solo the base with what he's got? Nah, he's playing it safe, getting a shield. And then the base. Hunters are trying to put a stop to this, but they can't. The limousines are OP. They've got rangers in them, you see, so it really doesn't work. This would require some kind of Banshee play or turrets with anti-vehicle upgrades, but the limousines are just going, guys. Is this tier 3 from Dark getting researched? Yes, it is. Okay, the War Council didn't get picked off, so Arbiter is out now, but he's just tier 1 baby. Oh, the mines, the stasis mines have done so much work, and I think Dark is actually going to get sent home now. That's a lot of hunters. There were just not enough units in these limousines. Oh man, Dark's gonna get annihilated now. Oh, that's a great defense. Once Arby came out, I really thought he wasn't gonna be a big deal, but his upgrade was right behind. And these hunters just absolutely did a great job. If Dark had been just a little bit faster with the Lich, man, things could have been very different. But now it's a little bit on the other side of things, right? He has to rebuild everyone. Okay, he is tier 3, so there's gonna be reflecting shield for his Pavium soon. And it's all gonna be down to the Rangers in the limos. There are a good number of them. Also a Hunter in there. The Engineers are doing their absolute best here. There's a shield coming up too, so I don't think it's like Daylon can do a full-on counter-offensive. But this is still great pressure. Oh, wait, that shield generator is dropping out rapidly, but the Engineer... Oh, 0 seconds! Are you kidding me? 0 seconds! That is redonkulous. Dark. He's getting kicked out of the game, I suppose. I just don't see how he can hold this. There's no Lich getting caught in either, by the way. That would be a play available to him, but easier said than done. Although there is a turret and some other limousines and a Pavium, that was painful. Okay, Arbiter is actually gonna get picked off. That's great targeting beaming with the Pavium there. Maybe the limousines can now cross the map and do a little bit of counter-offensive. This is looking like something. Is this semis? Yes, it's on the screen. It's semis. Oh, we got it. There's a grunt. The Lich counter is on. Daylon doesn't seem to have anti-air, so his Rangers are going to get picked off without much issue. And I think we should be seeing Wraiths from here too. But for now he's going for a Reaver first. Hunter is there. Reaver's job is purely to pick off these Engineers, but he's not going to be able to do it because there's Hunters as well. Although Pavium is around, you know, there's not enough limousines, there's tons of Hunters. I think overall, all things considered, Daylon's relatively comfy here. Still, how do you kill Pavium, the hero? Oh, a perfect rate of fire on the entire clump of everything. Holy shit, Daylon just lost all the Engineers. And there's still Pavium to deal with. If Dark can reinforce this properly, he's still definitely in this to do damage. Daylon's main base is actually getting terrifyingly weak, but a shield comes up just in time. And he's got a nice drop as well. Pavium should absolutely get in that garrison. Why didn't he? Get in the garrison, bro. Well, the Lich is done for now. And there's just no way to deal with that Hunter here. So that's eventually going to pick off the Wraith. Gives Pavium enough time to escape. Problem is, meanwhile, Daylon had all the power nodes. And that's a lot of income for him. He's got 3 extractors, right? No forefront or anything crazy like that. Dark has 3 himself. And a lot of power. So if he's gonna like upgrade vehicle tech with this foundry here and burn out all of that, that's gonna go pretty quickly. I think a Wraith transition could be rather potent right now. Let's see what he can pull off with that. Of course, Daylon is just gonna sit around and wait. He's trying to expand here. The main base still isn't shielded, by the way, for Dark, so that's definitely a risk factor, but he did spot the Enforcers sending a preemptive Wraith after that. No, the other semifinals will be also streamed. Please don't start. It's either just this game or this in the next. So it won't be a long amount of time to wait. Oh, we got Phantoms? Yeah, I like it. There has been time to get the upgrades. I'm not sure how many they have. I wish you could just click them and see, but eh. Didn't follow that. Either way, that will force a little bit of anti-air at the minimum. Dark already has a little bit though. 2 Reavers is something. It's a nice little beam. Both guys have their reflecting shields, but it's not enough to beat all that. Chaos expansion will be failing here, but it buys time. Time to build all this up. No population upgrade coming from Daylon still. Huh. Maybe some extra turrets to help defend anti-air, anti-vehicle. Wouldn't be the worst ideas. There's a 4th generator coming up now for Daylon. Scorch mortars coming in. But Dark also doesn't have population upgrades yet, so I do wonder if Scorch is really the right play here, or whether he should just... he's probably gearing up for the population upgrade. Okay, it's not too bad. Likewise, Daylon is getting air upgrade 1. Okay, he didn't have any upgrades for the Phantoms, so he's gonna need to chill. There's no way he can go and fight this right now. If Dark can destroy his base right now, I think Daylon is in big trouble. There are 4 Reavers. It should be enough to deal with the air, especially with Pavium support in there. Just chilling in the limousine for now. Oh, the stasis does change the maths on that, however. A decent nerf beam, but most people are out of the rain of fire. So it's really not all that scary. However, the first of the Phantoms has fallen, and the second one will shortly follow. Arbiter's now going to town. There's not many Wraiths left actually already there. The Hunters have done a great job picking them all off. Oh, I think they're just gonna get everything. Oh, Dark has been owned. Why didn't Dark actually use his Lich with this push? I just realized. Maybe he just realized that's the problem. Oh no, no population upgrade, no nothing, no Lich. That was a weak push. Like together with the Lich, this would have been devastating, right? But now it looks like Daylon can just regain tempo. He barely lost units. So he's now significantly ahead, being 3 base to 2. Probably having a better upgrade situation by now between infantry and air versus vehicles, whereas Dark just needs to spend every penny he's got on rebuilding the armies. Might be a longer match until Arbiter fully powers up. Conduit free, 120 population, upgraded level 3 infantry and air. Once he has all those things, and maybe even hunter beams, then I think there's a very dark future ahead for Dark. A very Daylon future ahead for Dark. There's the Lich. This would have been so good in the other fight. But now Dark once again doesn't have the population upgrade. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, what Daylon does. Just comes in with this huge fleet. The Arbiter should be there, to be fair. Also, mini base gets taken out. He's working on his 4th base. Can he beat the Lich? Phantoms are struggling with this. Pavium is target painting them after all. This is definitely painful. Plasma Bolt helps a little bit to stay alive, but now that Arbiter is here, the situation is immediately better. Yeah, without Arbiter this was gonna get ugly, but with him, it's cool. Just ran down all the vehicles. Okay, Phantom count got reset. But the Phantoms aren't what matters. What matters is that inside of them, the stuff gets veterancy. And, you know, a few more fights like this, those Hunters are gonna be 1 star for sure. Daylon actually stasis his base so that the Lich just can't do much damage. Just a little bit it does still. Ultramines are dropped in. Daylon is out of it, so he's fine. That could have been a lot worse as well. And once again, the Hunters pick off the last of the Wraiths. You know, the Phantoms keep getting destroyed. As long as they survive, eventually they'll be back to good health levels. The only question is, can these guys take out our boy? It looks like Pavium is toast. Maybe Dark is toast as a whole. Reaver life is tough against those hunter-filled Phantoms. Like, they kind of work, but they also kind of get countered back. Unit production speed upgrades. I'm surprised he's not trying to sort out the beam upgrade and everything. That would be nice. A lot of shots that just get missed. Not against the Wraiths. Those are getting absolutely wrecked. Fortify upgrades. I mean, Daylon is very comfy right now. He's got 7 slots on both expansions. The 3rd expansion, not yet, but he's got time to fix that. 120 population is the next mission. Dark's gonna try to get there, I suppose. Is he swapping into air? He doesn't have air upgrades. That's gonna be terrible. Oh no. Should have stayed the course with vehicles. Just lots of Reavers and some tanks. I guess he's gonna take his chances with what he's got. fuel generators coming up. It's very needed. It does detract from going 120 population. And this is not a pushing army. They're gonna get eaten up by the phantoms, guys. It'll be a rough time for Dark. Oh, they get stasis too. So that the Pavium is just completely naked there, undefended basically. Okay, there's a bunch of banshees. It's not bad, but it's also not great. Let's see what the nerf beam can do. It's just gonna result in a teleport. Daylon really don't care too much. Lich back. But the Invisibro should be able to deal with the situation. The Banshees can't detect here. So unless Darkangel urgently makes some Reavers, he's gonna lose all his Banshees. Oh god, they get beamed. I don't even think these guys are particularly upgraded. Like maybe level 1 is done. With Burnout, that would be pretty quick to do anyway. But Daylon is perfectly prepared for this. There's a bunch of grunts in there. The anti-air potential is high, and Darkangel is gonna have to give up. As Daylon takes a series 3-1, he goes straight to the finals. Darkangel will see him again in the bronze round a little bit later. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.